Dangerously Incompetent here with another newbie guide for World of Tanks. In this episode, what tank should I go for? Well, if you followed my previous advice, you'll have got yourself a Tier 5 Premium and you've played it loads and you'll have a banging crew from it and a big stack of credits. If you didn't follow my advice or you didn't manage to catch the premium tank sales, then it's what tank are you going to go for? All the tier 1s, 2s, 3s, they don't earn you much XP, they don't earn you many credits. If you have followed my advice and you got the premium tank, sooner or later you'll want to play something else. In both cases, I recommend you go for a tier 4 tank. If you've got a premium tank, go for a tier 4 tank in that country, because then you can use your banging crew in it and have a whale of a time. Why tier 4? Well, tier 4, the lower the tier, the less experience and credits you earn per battle. So 2s and 3s, or 1s even, if you find a tank you like there, and I found the Renu, if you look at the service record, the Renuotsu, I liked it, I did well in it, and I thought, well, let's have a go, see how long it takes me to get 6th Sense in it, my first perk. Well, 122 battles later, still hadn't got it. In fact, I've now moved it into the Chinukai, and as you can see here, still haven't got that first perk. So I wouldn't have, even if you do find a 1, 2, 3 that you like and you play it lots, I wouldn't advise staying in it because you're not earning very many credits or XP. Why not go higher than tier 4 if you earn more credits and XP? Well, firstly, when you start hitting tier 5 and above, you're mixing with a lot more experienced players. Instead of 15 noobs opposing you, you'll have 5 decent players, maybe a Unicum in there as well, every battle, which makes it harder to do well. You probably learn more, or learn faster, but it can get pretty discouraging. Another reason, you can get to a tier 4 and research all the modules within a few hours of playing. So to get the T28 you need 640 XP and nothing. Even in a tier 3 tank you can do that in the battle. You don't need, especially if it's ×2 for your first win. Whereas your tier 5 you need 9,000 XP. That's a lot coming off even off a tier 4. And then once you got the tier 5, another 4,000 for the top gun, plus you had the turret before it, 2,500. It's quite expensive, and you'll be doing that unless you've got a premium. You'll be doing that with a not great crew, which means hard work, and you won't be doing it with equipment. It makes it even harder. So tier 4 is where it's at. At least to start with, is your ideal spot in terms of XP earn as to XP costs. And credit costs. 400,000 to buy a KV1, only 135,000 to buy the tier 4. The other reason is missions. The missions and specials that you tend to get every weekend, they're worth going for if you've got the time to spend to play, and they usually have a minimum requirement of a tier 4 vehicle. This weekend's one has a requirement of tier 5. But even more important than that are the campaign, because they're always available to you. They're not a limited time thing. Do it 3 days over the weekend. You can always do these ones, provided you have a tier 4 tank or higher. So go for the tier 4 tanks. Why bother with the campaign missions? Well, if you haven't got your premium tank, rewards, credits. Every one of these missions, you can earn significant chunks of cash, which is really useful if you do not have a premium tank and you're down in the lower tiers. What are you going to do with that cash? Well, when you move along to the tier 5s, you'll want the money for the tanks. But before that, you'll want the money for equipment. You'll want such things as a binocular telescope, which normally costs 500,000. Buying the sales to even buying it at sales, 250,000. That's a lot of credits when you're in a tier 4. And because of that, most people you'll meet when you're fighting in tier 1, 2, 3 or 4 battles, they won't have these things. They won't have binocular telescopes. They won't have camouflage netting. And if you do, you have a big advantage. Camouflage net increases your camo rating, makes you much harder to spot if you're stationary. Binocular telescopes, 25% to your view range. That's another 75 meters compared to your opposition, most of your opposition. Between the two of them, you can be instrumental in turning the battle in your favour in any tier 1, 2, 3 or 4 tank, simply because you're harder to spot and you've got a better view range and you'll spot for your team. So that's why you want a tier 4 vehicle. Oh, the other reason is most of the tier 1, 2, 3s, they're pretty awful. There's the odd standout vehicle that's nice to play, but most of them are pretty poor. So that's it for this episode. Tune in to the next episode and I'll tell you which tier 4 tanks you'll want to play.